All right.
That
Okay,
brings
we in
us
the
with
house.
you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
Facts.
Please enter your.
Facts. Like the kids say, super facts.
Thank you.
My name's Hazik
Please
Ali.
announce
Hold up.
yourself.
All right.
All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name's Hazik Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. And I'm here to give you the mindset, the skill set, and the heart set that'll help you go further, faster, with less effort. So, your first job here is to shout yourself out, man. Big up yourself. We're going to get started in a couple minutes, but right now, rep your city. Like, what city are you checking in from? And then also, what kind of business do you have? And don't just tell us, show us exactly how you help people. Like, explain to us exactly what you do to help the planet. I'm telling somebody else, what do you do? He's like, what do I do for a living? Now I'm like, what do you do for the world? You know what I mean? That's the question. What are you doing for the world? Because if we're gonna succeed, like we talked about yesterday, it takes each of us to help all of us. So I hope everybody's feeling really good this morning. It looks like we are on time right now, so we're gonna go ahead and get this party started. Before we do, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. My man Richard checking in. What's up, King? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, Fort Worth is in the house. Okay, then. All right, what's up, Keonda? Ain't seen you in forever, girl. Yeah, Detroit is in the house. Let's get it. Indy is up in here. Let's go. Let's go. Val Coakley's in the house. Michelle, what's up? What's up? Yeah, Little Rock, let's get it. Hampton Roads, Bad News VA is in the building. That's right. That's right. My man Michael Allison checking in. I mean, Miami's in the house. Chicago's in the building. Okay, all right. All right. Let's get it. All right. So this morning what I wanted to do is talk about quotes. We come into the end of another year, but I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that like even with this last 3 months that you got in a year, because we I don't know how it was for y'all, but 2 days ago, about 3 days ago, I went outside. I was like, "Woo, summer's over. We are officially in fall." Anybody had that feeling? Like these seasons just keep on going by. But what I want to encourage you to do, thank you so much, Crystal Clear, for that share. Please share, ladies and gentlemen. What I wanted to do this morning, right, was I wanted to talk about goal setting. And one of my favorite ways to teach, one of my favorite ways to learn is through the power of quotes. Quotes are amazing because a lot of times they will congeal years and decades and scores of information into a couple words. And you can almost like heighten your learning curve just by reading quotes. It's crazy how you can speed up and accelerate the speed with which you change your perspective with the right quote. So, what I suggest, how I suggest you use these is obviously compile them in your power book. Hopefully you have a power book. Hopefully you have some kind of composition book you collect our teachings in, as well as teachings you get from podcasts and seminars and workshops, et cetera, so forth. Hopefully you're doing something along those lines, okay? But even if you aren't, this is a good place to start. Millionaires, write these quotes down. And then at the end of every week, when you have that weekly review, hint, hint, where you analyze where you are in the process of achieving your goals, you can take a look at some of these quotes and they're going to get you fired up. Some of these are on the importance of setting goals. Some of these are on the importance of working hard to attain them. Some of these are on the importance of keeping going until you get it done. This one ain't even one of the quotes I want to talk about, but I don't know how many of y'all saw the Emmys. It was apparently the lowest rated Emmys in the history of the show. Apparently, they got lower ratings than even when COVID was going on, all crazy out here. But check it out, y'all. I think it was Cheryl Lee Ralph, right? She finally won an Emmy. If you know Cheryl Lee Ralph, then you know she's been acting for years. I feel like she was back in the Jeffersons or 227. She still looks hella good. But she did this quote when she won her Emmy. She's all holding it in the air like, yeah, you know what I mean? And that feeling that you can only get You can only reward yourself with that feeling after years of commitment and dedication and fortitude, where you're being patient, not stagnant, as you march towards your dreams. This was her quote. She was like, to anybody who's ever had a dream, and I'm gonna put this in my Instagram stories. So if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go No Money Down King and follow me on Instagram. She's like, to anybody who's ever had a dream and thought your dream wouldn't, couldn't come true. I'm here to tell you this is what believing looks like. This is what striving looks like. Don't you ever give up on you. That was powerful, right? All right, but that ain't even one of our quotes for today, but I just dug that. I thought that was incredible. All right, so let's talk about this first quote. This first quote is about never having a lack of goals. Never having a lack of goals. I've seen one post about the Emmys. Yeah, you're gonna see a second one because I'm gonna put that Shirley Ralph quote up in my stories. But yeah, what you gonna do? Yeah, Moesha. There you go. Shirley Ralph was on Moesha. Appreciate that, crystal clear. Right on. The other crystals in the house. Crystal Nance is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. If you're bored with life, if you don't get up every morning with a burning desire to do things, you don't have enough goals. Lou Holtz said that. He's one of the most winningest coaches in all of history. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. If you don't wake up and bound out of bed, if you're sitting there like, chances are you're starting to give in to this societal hypnotic mechanism that constantly reminds you ain't enough, that constantly tries to program you with the thought that your dreams are insignificant. They constantly try and pile on in front of you the roadblocks and the obstacles and all the odds that are against you. And then when they ain't doing that, what do? They anesthetize you. They numb you without a needle. They don't need a needle when they got Netflix. They don't need a pill when they got Hulu, right? We just grab the remote control. We don't need the syringe. Ain't that something? What I'm saying to you is you should never have a lack of goals. Having goals that we're passionate about gives us something to look forward to every morning when we wake up. Not having goals is an excellent recipe for an average life. Is that interesting? Here's number 2. This one I'm gonna call vision is everything. You know, we've all heard without vision a people perish. Hopefully you've heard that before, right? Check it out. This is a quote from Lawrence Peter. He was like, if you don't know where you're going, you're probably gonna end up somewhere else. Or I think the way they said it in Alice in Wonderland was, if you don't know where you're going, anywhere will do. Or the way we say it on the back of our Millionaire Minded t-shirts is if you don't know where you're going to be in 2 years, you're probably already there. That's my rich man, like, right? Because it really ain't funny. Check it out. Oh, that's dope, Chris. Chris, like her and Shirley Ralph have the same birthday. I mean, you about to feel how she feel, girl. Me and Kobe Bryant got the same birthday. I win. No, I'm just playing. That's right. Have monthly, weekly, yearly, and even daily goals. If you get that 90-day planner that we sell at millionaireminded.com, there are even slots in there for your daily goals. So that's pretty cool. But the reason I share with you that Lawrence Peter quote, y'all, is because at the end of the day, highly successful organizations, highly successful teams, highly successful people, they all have an extremely clear vision of where they're going. You can't overstate the importance of it. Yesterday, we were talking about how, there are 2 ways to face your future. One is with anxiety and one is with anticipation, right? And then what we talked about is how most of these people are living with apprehension. They're living with anxiety, like, right? And it's mostly because they ain't the ones designing their future. It's easy to be terrified. It's easy to be in a state of suspended terror if you have no idea what this person has planned for you. You sitting around here drifting, blowing in the wind. You show up to work, you don't even know if this is the day they're going to decide to let you go. I mean, what a way to live. What we're saying is you need a vision for your own life. Huh? Here's the third one. You got the dream enormously big. Okay, everybody coming through with who they was born on the same day of. All right. We can't see who that is. That means you're in a Facebook group, by the way. Whoever this is that shares a birthday with Wiz Khalifa. You're in a Facebook group. You got to click that little link up top in the caption so that it allows Facebook to show your name. Don't ask me why. But anyway, all right. So number three, when we talk about dreaming big, my mentor, Mr. Les Brown, he says, shoot for the moon because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Shoot for the moon because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Millionaires, when you're pricing something, how many of us know that we should set the price for this person higher than we want to get, right? Because we know they're going to want to negotiate. Well, isn't it interesting that that's how it works in life? I'm talking about if you are going for $1 million this year and you miss and only hit 800,000, tell me if I'm wrong, but you don't feel too bad about yourself if you're currently making 50,000 a year, like most people, right? Well, most people of a certain age. I shouldn't say most people. Let's keep it real. If you are in America, you're already richer than most people. Our homeless are richer than the people with jobs in other countries. You hear me? So I ain't gonna say most people. But what I am saying is that what a way to set up your life. If you dream really big and set this huge goal, and then you fall short of it, you're still a damn sight further than you would have been. Am I making sense? Nothing has benefited me and my life more than shooting for the moon. I'm talking about nothing in my life has benefited me more than being in the middle of squalor, in the middle of pure hell, and saying to myself, I'm going to manifest this vision right here. All these books can't be wrong. I'm talking about there's this huge book that says write it and make it plain. It's a book about entrepreneurship. Maybe you guys have heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's like write it and make it plain. You know what I mean? And all I'm humbly saying is like, shoot, man, what if it works? What if this works? Millionaires, I dare you when you get off this training this morning to actually search the recesses of your mind for a goal that's so big you couldn't possibly achieve it without the help of the man upstairs. I dare you. Now, you know what I mean? We ain't here for, to pretend like material goals are going to make us fulfilled. But let me tell you what a material goal will do. It'll boost your self-esteem. It'll boost your self-confidence. It will boost your self-awareness about the power that you have inside. This is why you always hear me say, it ain't just cleanliness that's next to godliness. Creativity is next to godliness. Millionaires, shoot for the moon. Dream enormously big. When you dream big and you shoot for the moon, you're forcing yourself out of your comfort zone. And that's a priceless activity. Okay, Tori know about that book about entrepreneurship. All right, here's one about persistence. Here's one about persistence. All right, persistence makes all the difference, right? This famous coach Bear Bryant, he had some quote where he was like, yo, never quit, because quitting is the easiest cop out in the world. Set a goal and don't quit until you attain it. And when you do attain it, set another goal and don't quit until you reach that one. Never quit. I dare you start thinking now about what your next goal is going to be after the one that you hit today. What is your next goal after the one you hit this week? What is your next goal after you hit this September goal that you've already slated? I dare you break down that huge goal you have into small little pieces, smaller, less scarier, more motivating kind of pieces. Because if that next step is too big, you lose motivation. If that next step is too complex, you lose motivation. One of the powerful ways to keep yourself persistent is to keep that thing simple. Huh? Because what I know for sure is you can't quit. What I know for sure is every seed has a gestation period. Now, you don't know if your baby, I think we talking about this yesterday, like how you don't know if your baby going to come in giraffe time, gorilla time, or human time. One animal might take 9 months like a human, and another one might take 13 months. Another one might take a year and a half. You don't know the gestation period, but what you know is that there's a process. If you're passionate about your goal, if you're passionate about your dream, that alone is proof that it's possible. You hear me? And it's persisting in the face of the odds that makes you legendary. You have to understand that struggle is not being given to you for you. And this is why we remind you all suffering comes from self absorption. That struggle is being given to you so that they call you great. God is using you to show them what a believer looks like. You understand? Because most people have never seen it. Here's number five. Here's number five. Because goals give our lives meaning, right? Goals give our lives meaning. The trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score. Bill Copeland said that. The trouble with not having a goal is you find yourself running up and down the field and never scoring. You can spend your whole life just run. They call it treadmilling. You're running hard as hell and ain't going nowhere. Man, you better let them know, Jennifer. That refers to quote number 4, y'all, where you set a goal, hit it, and then set a new one. A goal is a landmark, not an end mark. Let me see some of your favorite quotes about goals in the comments. Jennifer, that was incredible leadership right there. Okay. What about the fact, so what we're saying is that when you set a goal, I don't know how many of you have read A Purpose-Driven Life, or if you're a leader, you should even read A Purpose-Driven Church. Dan Kennedy calls that one of the greatest marketing books ever written. You're going to learn a lot from that. But back to my point, y'all. If you set goals and then work ridiculously hard to achieve them, I'm going to tell you something. You're probably on the path to a purpose-driven life. You're probably on that path to a purpose-driven life. You hear me? Yeah, okay. See, that's what I love about the Millionaire Minded. Y'all see that? Y'all see what kind of tribe y'all in? People reading these books, y'all. You got genius around you, right? You got genius around you. Genius ain't nothing but pattern recognition. You hear me? Whoever you see that's a genius, they figured out some patterns that allow them to go further faster with less effort, right? There's a pattern to the way this person does that painting, or this person writes that song, or this person draws up those plans for that new building. There's a pattern they're following. They got a framework in their head that you can't see. They're tracing a design you ain't even aware is there. You get what I'm saying to you? How do you get that? New information, new philosophies, and what have you. Yeah. Goals is just dreams with deadlines. Goals are just dreams with deadlines. Somebody write that down. Goals are just dreams with deadlines. I told that to my daughter. She's like, wow. You know how wow. I was like, oh, your daddy got plenty of them. You like that? Yeah, facts, Samaya. So quote number 6 I got for you, right? Quote number 6. Because true success is all about working towards that thing. What we miss a lot of times is that a lot of times the journey towards the goal is enough to fulfill you. Just the fact that you're moving towards it gives you a sense of fulfillment. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Woo, that's hard, Jennifer. Jennifer, like a goal don't begin with the thought. It begins with the first step. That's like that quote about the frogs. 5 frogs are sitting on the log and one decides to jump off. How many frogs are on the log? Well, 5. 5. Him deciding to jump off ain't the same as jumping off. All right. Enough of my corn. Enough corn for the morning. All right, here we go. Bruce Lee said, a goal is not always meant to be reached. It often just serves as something to aim at. Huh? Sometimes you just need something to aim at, baby. You just need a true north on your compass. Accomplishing the dreams is fantastic, but that ain't the most important part about setting goals. The most important thing is the type of person we become. Huh? Here's number 7. Y'all ready? Here's number 7. Stop playing small. Stop playing small. That ain't the quote, but this is what we about to talk about, right? This is what we're about to talk about. The great danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark, hitting it smack dab in the center. Michelangelo said that. If you knew Michelangelo's story, you would be like, wow, what a quote. You know, Michelangelo was born to poor parents. The Buonarroti family, I believe their last name was. I'm not Italian, so my accent probably sucks. But what his parents did was tell him he came from nobility. And so what did he do? He started acting as if he came from nobility. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? And just because he acted as if he came from nobility, y'all, guess what he was able to create for himself? One of the richest portfolios in all of artistry. You know, people be talking about starving artists. Michelangelo died with a net worth of probably $30 million, man, in today's money. All that starving artist stuff comes from a play called Rent. Rent was originally Les Miserables. Y'all ever seen that old Broadway play, The Miserable, Les Miserables, or whatever it's called? It looks like Les Miserables. You know that? Anyway, that's where we get the legend of the starving artist. Artists ain't supposed to be starving. How artists gonna starve and creativity is next to godliness? The devil is a lie. You know what I mean? And that brings me to Zig Ziglar, man. You got to create. You got to create. Because here's what Zig Ziglar says: if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every time. Woo! Mm-hmm. That's your favorite quote, Jennifer. Richard's favorite quote is a little harsh. It reminds me of Master P. Master P probably has my greatest motivational quote of all time, but I ain't gonna say it here because we got children in the building. How about this one? Champions ain't made in the ring, champions are displayed in the ring. Uh-oh. What Donna got for us? Playing small keeps you on the sidelines. Playing big gets you the headlines. Let's go. Nah, that ain't what she said. She said playing small keeps you on the sidelines, looking at other people that stayed with their goals. That's true. That's true. They got this famous picture of Michael Phelps where Michael Phelps is going hard and the other dude's looking at Michael Phelps and he ends up losing. You know, I think that's the same race where Michael Phelps' whole goggles had come off. So he was behind for a minute. So why should we stay focused at all times? One of my favorite people in history, if I could be tolerant of his ignorance and racism, would be Henry Ford. You know, he said obstacles are those frightening things you see when you take your eyes off the goal. I thought that was powerful. That might be one to write down. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goal. Now, there's some power in that one, baby. There's some power in that one. I don't know if everybody caught it, but when you take your eyes off the goals, that's when anxiety kicks in. That's when worry kicks in. That's when you start to get doubt. You start to believe your doubts and doubt your beliefs. Can I get a witness? But when you stay focused on the goal, baby, you know, if you in Kaizen Academy, and you actually take your classes and do your homework, you've seen me go through this exercise where we talk about like when you would balance like the broom, or when you was a little kid and you had a baseball bat and you would just be trying to keep the top of the bat in the air. Anybody ever did this? And then your hand just does everything naturally as long as you keep your eye on the prize. Y'all ever seen that? There's some magic in that. C.S. Lewis, in closing, said, you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You're never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream. And what that tells us is just that: it's never too late. There's no such thing as being too old to change your life or set a new goal. Nelson Mandela was 75 years old when he got elected president of South Africa. Do you know that? Somebody type that in comments so you never forget. Nelson Mandela was 75 when he got elected president. Y'all didn't know that because y'all busy talking about the queen of a bunch of wealth that she stole. And not her personally, but we're holding, how many days in a row are we going to cover this lady passing away as if they got clean faucets in Mississippi, right? As if Donald Trump ain't a treasonous traffic cone. That's really what we're going to talk about. How many days in a row, man? Like Ukraine ain't beating Russia back. And I'm not even sure what side of the war I'm supposed to be on. I'm not sure if Ukraine is more racist or Russia. I don't even know who I'm supposed to be rooting for, but I know I ain't supposed to be rooting for the Queen of England. I thought we left England. If right now I'm wearing my American hat, I thought the whole play was we was escaping England. What the hell, man? Anyway. All right, I'm out of here, man. That's right. Nelson Mandela was 75 when he became president. I think that's worth you writing down. All right, we out of here. There's another name you should write down. I'm gonna type it in the comments because anybody out there that's a little bit older, just type this name in. I dare you. All right, type that name in right there. Type that in. Dimitrion Jordanidis. This fool finished a 26-mile marathon. Ask me how old he was. I ain't even gonna tell y'all. Anybody want to guess? Don't you ever say you too old. Anybody want to guess how old this dude was when he finished a 26-mile marathon? Anybody want to guess? No, not that old. Come on now. Deborah gonna say 100. Good grief. No, but Deborah wasn't far off. Carvel say 99. Oh, good, Val. Good, Queen. Somebody said 92. Kim said 70. 92. All right. So 50 years old, 85, 80. Okay. 67. Check it out, y'all. Homeboy was 98 years old. 98 years old. Somebody say the two most powerful words in the whole English language are I am. I am. I am. Because whatever you put after that is a command. Whatever you put after that becomes a command. I am, y'all. Those are the two most powerful words in the whole English language. I am. I am. So let's say it a couple times. Let's go through it. Call in right now. That's what I'm saying. Call in. And if the number tries to charge you, text call me to 667-776-9461. That's 667-776-WIN1. Text call me to that same number and it's on and cracking. All right. Repeat after me. Say it like mean it. I am so happy and grateful